She's sugary, she's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith. G. Smith.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the InEarthgie Show. I am your host, G. Smith. Guys, I am so happy to see each and every one of you. Please put in the comments below where you are tuning in from. Listen, we've got a lot of people tuning in from a number of platforms. So we want to say thank you so much for those of you who are tuning in for the InEarthgie Show. Listen, we have got a treat. But before I go into the treats, y'all like it? Y'all like it? Black History Month is here, baby! Yes! Happy Black History Month to each and every one of you. Yes. And also, you know what? I didn't even think about this, but I thought about it today. Why today? I don't know. Maybe because we got a very nice lineup tonight. But let's give it up for InEarthgie. Why? Because today, February the 1st, InEarthgie celebrates 4 years in business. Yay! Yes, 4 years in business. Listen, I know y'all like, oh God, okay, 4 years. All right, let me tell you something. From start to finish, to be your everything. And many of you know being a business owner is an amazing blessing to be able to gift people with your gift, right? Your passion, what you would probably technically do for the free anyway. However, we really can't live in this world for the free. Okay, so to be able to share the gift of healing through natural organic solutions as well as therapeutic services, that is my gift to the world. Do you hear me? Chi Smith, the CEO and owner of InEarthgie, has the pleasure of providing you with therapeutic solutions and services. Why? Because you are starting to heal this season. You, and you, and you, and you. Everybody heal. This is healing season. And what better way than to enhance your healing journey with products and services? Now, what I would admonish you all to understand is that you can't just heal by products alone from the external layer, although it does help and it calms you, makes you feel good, and it gives you that boost and all the wonderful things that InEarthgie has to offer. And please go visit our website at InEarthgie.com, but also with services. Why you talk about services? Because as much as we put on makeup, as much as we put on these hair pieces, as much as we put on the body shapers, and okay, y'all say stop. Okay, I'm just saying we fixing on the external, but what about the internal? Yes, they both got to marry. Okay, they both got to marry. So anyway, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the InEarthgie Show. Listen, we are talking about tonight. Go get your pen and your paper. That's right. Somebody said it, and I heard you in the spirit. I heard you. Go get your pen and your paper. Why? Because we love to learn here at the InEarthgie Show. And y'all gonna learn something on tonight from these wonderful special guests that we have on tonight. You're going to learn something. Here at the InEarthgie Show, we love to learn and we love to write things down. Why? Because during the show, there's different downloads. There's different nuggets. There's going to be information that's going to come to you that you would not have ordinary figured out or heard by yourself or in a different setting. So you want to write down those things. Why? So that you can go back to them later and to ponder over them, meditate over them, evaluate, assess, all that wonderful stuff. Okay? So you want to go grab your pen and paper. We're going to learn here tonight, and we're going to learn about these two wonderful, wonderful guests that I have love to have learned about, have grown to love. They are a part of my tribe, my goodness. And most importantly, I needed them on because we all share this thing called therapy, and we all do things differently. And so, in the great world of art and designing, that is their therapy. Now, you will say, gee, what art therapy? Is that a such thing? It is. It's a such thing as art therapy. You never know. Hey, don't people write when they're, different emotions? They what? They write. Well, why not go to a canvas? Shoot, why not pick up a shirt? Why not pick up a shoe? We're going to find that out, okay? And in everything is art in the eyes of our special guest on tonight. So I want to tell you, please go grab your children, share and like, but definitely share this on tonight, because you know what? You may have a child. You may have a grandchild, a neighborhood child, a niece, a nephew who loves to draw, and or they have their own way of expressing themselves from an artistic perspective, and you're trying to figure it out. And so we're going to learn from these two experts on tonight why art therapy is so important to them, how they got into the game, and what they're doing to enhance the people around them as well as their communities. So without further ado, guys, please help me welcome to the stage Miss Sontonya Necheal and J.j. Phillips. Hey, y'all.
What's that? What's up?
Hi.
I love you guys. I love you guys. How are you?
It's
Wonderful.
Tuesday.
It is.
Tuesday.
It's almost hump day. One more day closer to Friday.
Oh my gosh. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm telling you, when the download came to me about therapy, and we're in a season where we're still in this pandemic, and there has to be an outlet for some of our children, definitely for our adults, but definitely for our children. And both of you guys are parents, and you have shared your gift of art with not only just with communities, but even with your family, even down to your own children.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do first is I want to start with Sontonya. Tell us who you are and how long you have been in this thing called the art world.
Ooh, I am Sontonya Necheal, pronounced exactly and spelled the way that it sounds, rather. I am a mixed media visual art beast, to say the least. I create usually pretty massive pieces. I am a mom, career woman, corporate America, the whole 9 yards. So I'm a big multitasker, and I was born into art, to be frankly honest. I was born this way.
I was born this way.
Yeah, I was born just like this right here.
She woke up like this.
Yeah, I woke up. I have a mat in my house that says that. I kid you not. But I'm also an author. I do have a couple of published books too, actually, and more books to come. So that's kind of me in a short nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Miss J.j. Phillips in the house. Oh my goodness gracious. Tell us who you are and how long have you been in this beautiful thing called the art world?
J.j. Phillips, wife, mother of 5, grandmother of 5. And I have been in the art world, back in the art world for about 12 years. I too pretty much was born into this. I have an aunt that was an artist as well. I did art in middle school through college, and then started my family, left art alone, and got back in it about 12 years ago. My medium is mostly acrylics, and that's on canvas and fabric. I'm not only an artist, but a wearable art designer, and illustrator, children's book illustrator. And everything I see at the store, I'm like, I can create that. So it's kind of hard shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And so well, and look, Sonny, same for you. I mean, majority of your work is on canvas, but then not so, because you're starting to do well, you've been doing wearable art, you've been wearing your own art. But I just ran across a video most recently where you actually blessed Miss JJ with some boots, like you designed some boots or something.
Yeah, I sure did.
Skates.
Yeah,
Rain
some
boots and skates.
and yep, skates and rain boots. And yeah, so just adding to my portfolio as an artist. And I just believe art belongs on every darn thing.
So let me ask. So JJ, did you go to like an art school? I mean, was this just natural? Like you picked it up when you were younger and it enhanced along the way as you continue to, express your gift, or
It started, I mean, I literally was like a toddler drawing, you know how you just draw stick figures, and my stick figures had a little bit more to them and boobs and everything. And and then as I progressed in age, my art progressed just a little bit, but it was really my junior high experience. I had an art teacher, Mr. Briscoe. Mike Briscoe was the absolute best teacher, and I've spoken with him within the past 5 years just to kind of let him know what I'm doing. But he really encouraged me after he saw my work. He said, "This is not a hobby for you. This can actually be a career."
Nice.
And so I did art and photography. I have done photography before, but I did that, like I said, from 7th grade through college. And I was so eager to go to college and take that art class so I could get that live model to do the drawing of the model. And he walked in and I was, no, I don't want to draw you. I was like, nah, I don't want to draw you. But it was a really neat experience. But like I said, after that year, I went home. I ended up going to cosmetology school. So I also was a creator of hairstyles for over 17 years. So I do have a background in cosmetology as well. So again, it's just about being able to create. I was always called different because I dress differently all my life. And so that's kind of where the name of my business, J9 Style, came from. Because it was just my real name is Janine. My aunt used to call me J9, and I've always had my own style. So that's where it came from.
oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, that's great. And so, okay, Sonny, and I'm gonna let the secret out the bag. I am a collector.
I'm like, what's the secret? Wait a minute.
No, I just want to tell our audience I'm a collector. And when I realized that all of your work is freehand and like from the heart, from the visions, from the downloads, and it doesn't matter if you're using your hands or if you're using a brush, you bring it to life. And so for those who are tuning in tonight, you want to stay tuned because we've got several pieces of both Sontonya Necheal and JJ from J9 Style. You guys are going to see some of their pieces, and it's incredible. And anyone would say you went to school for this, but Sontonya, you did not.
Not in that sense, no. But the school of life, excuse my French, hell yeah. And and that is where a lot of my inspiration comes from, is things that I've dealt with, things that I've experienced, or things that I may know or see someone else experience as well. And I literally, as I tell people, I leave it all on the canvas. And so, like you said, sometimes I use my hands, brushes, sticks, pencils, pens, I mean, kind of whatever. It's kind of like, it's like a push or a feeling that I get, and a literal need or a literal push almost to paint. And so that's where a lot of the emotion comes from, because that's what the push is.
Ooh, Okay, so let's stay in that vein for a moment. And JJ, we're going to come to you with that. So, when people hear the word therapy, therapeutic, some people shy away from it and some people embrace it. And you said one important word was emotion. And oftentimes we don't know how to, as a collective group, not everyone, but there may be some people, again, we have a very diverse group of individuals that tune in every Tuesday night here at the InEarthgie Show. And we love the InEarthgie Show for that, because all walks of life, all backgrounds, professionals, School of the Hard Knocks, all of that. One thing that we all have in common, though, is emotions. We're all built with some emotions. And oftentimes we may not know how to facilitate those emotions. And for you to mention that, putting it all on the canvas, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like when I see your pieces, it's literal. What you put on that canvas is what you mean for it to be interpreted by the viewer.
Yes. And what's really interesting is that I'm just now kind of starting to study my own work. And so sometimes, the majority of the times when I paint, I don't have all the time, and I don't always have an idea of what I want it to look like. And so I literally allow the pieces to guide me and speak to me as I'm creating. Um, and so sometimes I may not even realize my own emotion while I'm painting, but I have to step back and study the piece once it's done to really kind of see what the piece is saying. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So JJ, same question for you, as it relates to your emotion. Do you find yourself, when you're being a creative, is it based from that emotion, or do you find yourself kind of creating from the same emotion all the time?
I have to create from a happy place. If I'm not feeling good, because most of I get those headaches and they shut me down. But if I'm not feeling good, if I'm pissed, it's not gonna work. But if I'm in a really good place and I can create nonstop. The other day I created like 8-10 bags in one sitting. Tomorrow I could be in a mood and it's like, yeah, don't bother me. I can't be distracted. I can't be disrupted. So, I have a lot of people say, can you create this? Can you create that? And I love creating for people. I absolutely love, but I still like to be able to have that freedom to create versus you telling me what you want created. So I've had to make some changes there to where I won't be taking custom orders anymore, because it doesn't allow you to be a true creative person. But like Sontonya was saying, I go in, and unlike Sontonya, she might go in not knowing at all what she wants to create. She just lets it happen. I'll go in with an idea, but it might turn out to be something totally different. And you, as the buyer or collector, would never know it. So that's the beautiful part about art. And also that's where the therapy comes in, because although I don't force myself when I'm not in the mood, when I'm in the mood to do it, it just heightens. It heightens my happy place, if that makes sense. And like I said, I can create all night long if I'm able to. Also, as a creator or a creative individual, it's hard for us to sleep because our minds are constantly going with ideas. And sometimes you have to get up and just start that piece to get it out.
Right.
It's I don't know. I mean, it could be for people who cook. It could be for people who write music. I know we had a couple of people we interviewed on the podcast, and they were talking about how if it hits them in the middle of the night, they have to write, those lyrics down for it to flow whenever they create. So that's the same thing with us as creators. And in my case, I'm going back and forth between canvas and clothing. And I have to determine, okay, is this going to be better on a piece to wear, or is this going to be better on canvas? And here lately, it's just all been about the clothing for me. Because I love to see everybody just wearing it happy and just styling their own story, you know? So,
Yes.
yeah.
And I love that. So again, a secret out the bag for JJ Phillips as well. I'm also a collector, okay, of J9 style. Listen,
and model.
And model.
Yes.
I mean, you know, and let me just be transparent real quick. And let me slide this in there. Again, you know, not for the sake of Black History Month, but it is Black History Month. But you know, we say, if I can share, if I can be vulnerable, please, can I?
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask the audience, are you buying black? Do you buy black? Not just for the month of February and not for the sake of your tax return in 2023.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, for Chi Smith, you can go in her house and I can tell you what's black in my house. Yes. From clothing, from art, from whatever else, books. I mean, my word. I mean, whatever. And I'm pointing that out there because I can honestly say the people that are on this show, there is a personal individual relationship, which means I've done business with them. We're partners. There's some type of affiliation. And we have to market Black artists. I don't think we market Black artists. Go ahead, Sonny. Yes.
I agree with that, but I will also say that because not only do a lot of us not buy Black, but a lot of us don't buy art, period.
Exactly.
Let alone a Black artist, but
not traditional art to hang on the wall.
Yeah, because we don't, you know, understand the value and the importance of collecting art.
Yep.
So that's a whole different, you know, probably conversation or platform, because collecting art, there's a whole method to it, as it should be, but it's an investment, and a lot of people don't understand that. They
getting
just
your
look
art from Marshalls is not collecting.
Yeah. That part.
You heard it here first, folks.
That part.
But no, talk about it. No, because this is art therapy, and you know, again, we at the beginning of the show, we were talking about this is your passion, this is your gift. You put your heart. This is, to your point, this is not something that came from Indonesia, you know, whatever, right? This is someone that it is authentic art. It is meaningful. It has so much behind it. Look up, because I'm not an artist. I'm a creative, but I'm not an artist. So if you guys talk to the people about why it is important to invest in art, period, you know, to be a collector, to support, and definitely support Black artists, because we are in the DFW Metroplex. So I want to be clear. And because I am a collector of both of your work, I see what's going on and I see what's not going on, right? So talk about that.
So I'll definitely hop in on this. So something that I realized again in my own work is that, like, I had an exhibition last year, and I created several pieces, and one of the pieces in particular, I was like, it was really big, and I was like, I'm gonna put this in my bedroom. I have a big empty wall, right? I hung it up and I looked at it, and it glows in the dark a little bit. Which I thought was cool. So I was like, that's neat, right? And I got up that first morning after I put it in there, and I sat up in bed and I looked at it, and I was like, yo, that's bothering me. The energy in the piece is bothering me because it was too much energy in the piece to be in my bedroom. I left it there and I was like, maybe I'm tripping. The next day I woke up and I was like, no, I need to take that down, because it's giving too much energy in my sanctuary, my bedroom, my place of peace. I remember when I painted that piece, I went in with both hands and I was like, I was frustrated, and I was like, I'm just both hands. And I was just letting it go. And whatever came out on the canvas is how it looked. And So that energy was in that piece. And I took it down and I replaced that piece with another piece called Breathe. So now I wake up every morning and I look at that piece and it reminds me to take a pause and to breathe. But there's so much peace and solitude in that piece that is appropriate. So understanding who you buy from as an artist when you collect, what energy is in the piece, why they created it, and all of that is important. It's important. And a lot, if you don't study art and you're not really familiar, you don't really
Then you don't
understand.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know. Yeah. Another thing is, in keeping with the therapy of art, growth is a part of therapy.
Yeah.
And, we're talking about people and investing in artists, Black artists, especially with growth within us as artists, because our value increases.
Yeah.
And as an artist, it's really important to know your worth. Therefore, when you're going out and you're speaking with people about your work, they see your worth and they respect the fact that, true, they can go and buy a piece from Marshall's.
Mm-hmm.
However, like Sontonya said, that piece is not going to have the same energy, because you're never going to meet that artist. So
Right.
that's what people fail to realize too. B, that piece is selling for $12, but the value of that piece will never increase.
Right.
Versus us as artists who are creating these pieces specifically for one individual, versus it being I'm not big on mass production. That's just not my thing. I like for
Right.
people to be able to say they have One of a Kind by J. Not Style. But as a collector, as a buyer of art, you have to realize again the worth of that artist and be willing to spend that money. And keep in mind, you might be paying $2,000 today, but in 5 years it's going to be worth 10. Or if you pay 10 today, is in 5 years it's going to be worth 20,000. So I think that's the misconception that a lot of, especially Black buyers or people who want to be buyers, but they're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And again, Sontonya deals with that a lot more because she does offer, like she said, the large scale pieces, and she's in the abstract world. I'm more illustrative. And my focus with my art, it still stems from me being a hairstylist. Everything is wrapped around natural hair and fashion and style and just being free to be your authentic self. So what I hope that people gain when they look at my pieces is, a form of art therapy and being very free to just be, just be your natural self, even if it's added. But, still be free to be, natural and not apologize for it, even in the workplace. I had somebody ask, you don't want to straighten your hair? When I interview the job that I have now, you don't want to straighten your hair for the interview? Why? This is me. This is who I'm gonna be the first week I start. So why am I gonna go in there and be somebody that I'm not? So that's what I hope people get from my work. Do I offer for other ethnicities and do I straighten some of my art? I can, but for the most part, I'm a natural hair artist. So that's what you're gonna get from me. And so again, I hope that that's for those in the natural hair community. I hope that's therapeutic for them. So
awesome. Well, guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna figure out why she got this shirt on.
Girl, you a dope soul.
We'll be right back, guys.
What is an autoimmune disease, you may ask? It is a condition in which your immune system attacks your body. The immune system responsibility is to guard against germs like bacteria and viruses. When it senses these foreign invaders, it sends out a signal of fighter cells to attack them. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system confuses parts of your body, like your joints or your skin, as foreign. It releases proteins called autoantibodies that attack healthy cells. Autoimmune diseases can target one or more organs. For example, type 1 diabetes damages the pancreas, while others like lupus affect the whole body. With InEarthgie, they help everyday people such as yourself with understanding their conditions, help them manage it, and build a long-lasting healthy lifestyle. Of course, this is through holistic practices and home remedies. So what are you waiting for? Come on and join the InEarthgie journey.
www.inearthgie.com.
All right, all right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Energy Show. I am your host, Chi Smith. I am here graced with the wonderful presence of both Sontonya Necheal and J.j. Phillips. Oh my goodness, guys, if you missed the first half of the show, you are missing a treat, but that's okay because it's going to be on replay. So you guys can always go and rewatch it. So share. Press that replay button, press that share button, share and like, share and love. Press that button. Because I'm telling you, tonight we're talking about art therapy. And if you guys were tuning in right when we were on a commercial break, our wonderful team here was able to share with you guys some of the awesome pieces of both Sontonya Necheal and J.j. Phillips. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, listen, I'm biased a bit because I'm also a collector of both of their work. And when I tell you, from the closet to the walls, from the I'm sorry. Okay. This ain't the place for that. Oh, okay. Or is it? Sonny say, oh, it isn't.
All the time.
All the time.
So I can't help but to notice, you guys got some pieces behind you. Sontonya, you got some stuff. JJ says some stuff. Is that anything that you can kind of put up close to the camera and let the people see real quick? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to speak to what you got behind you?
So this is a piece that I'm
That's
working
mine.
on.
That's mine. I'm letting everybody know already. That's mine. I'm just waiting on her to finish.
I just got to finish the background. I've just been stuck, and so I've just been letting it sit. However, this represents us as women in general, but especially Black women, and having the world on our shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like I said, I can do some canvas work too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But that's
So again,
just, especially with everything that we've been going through over the past few years, couple of years with the pandemic, and a lot of people, with kids, and I don't have little kids, but I do have a teenager who's now in college, but she was in college. I mean, she was in high school when the pandemic hit. She was in her junior year. So she had to finish her senior year at home. And it was hard for her. It was very hard. But in that, it's hard on the parents because you're seeing your child suffer. And that's the hardest thing. And also being a parent of adult kids is hard as hell. So it's just, I was just sitting one day and I was like, you know what? I want to start a series. And again, it's therapeutic to let other women know you're not alone. We do carry the weight on our shoulders and we carry it. And we still look good as hell,
I love that.
That's just the piece that I had worked on, and I have other pieces. I've done clocks, and this piece up here is when I was going through my whole collage phase. I'm actually thinking about doing another series, a collage series, because those were really successful. It's just I love this one, so I wanted to keep it. And Sontonya was talking about her piece that was in her bedroom. That was a little uneasy for her sleeping space. This piece, my oldest granddaughter, when she was a baby, she would stare at it for like minutes on minutes on minutes. And we knew somebody in there was talking to her. The only reason why I kept it up was because she wasn't uneasy. She wasn't sad. She wasn't crying. She always smiled. And so it was, one of them made her happy, or all of them made her happy. Because it would freak her mom out. And I was like, yeah, but she's not crying, so she's fine. she's fine. But yeah, so our works, even if we might not see it in the beginning, art speaks to certain people. Also, with that, you have to be very careful what you put on these pieces and who mixes, with those pieces, because it could also be something that's not as good, if that makes sense. I had done some art on my wall because I'll wake up in the morning and just be like, I want to create. And so I did some art on the entry wall and I did circles, not even thinking about the portals that I might be letting to my home. And the circles are still up. I got to cover them. But for the longest, my two older granddaughters would look at that and cry. And so that's also something, another reason why it's good to know the artist that's creating for you, because you can get the history of the piece, that you're purchasing and putting in your home too.
Right.
But so again, it's just going to be like with me, it just depends. It might be canvas today. It might be a hat tomorrow. It might be a coat. It just depends. I just like to create and give you a piece that nobody else has.
I love it. I love it. And listen, I'm telling you, if you guys were tuning in during that commercial time, look, one of the very first painting is Nola.
Yeah.
And that is Sontonya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I went to Sontonya's studio, I was like, who is that? I want her. That's me. That's mine. And just to let you know, we've already had someone tune in and say they want Miss Tiwana Duhart. She wants that one. So, Sonny, that original may be yours, but looks like JJ, you're gonna have to create another one for another newcomer.
See, I'm glad I said it on here live.
a new collector. So Tawana, yes, we got you. She said, I need that. I love it. But you know, to your point, it for the three of us, because again, I'm a creative, and what does that mean? Again, with InEarthgie solutions, we don't like to call them products, so you can go get anybody's products. We call them a solution because it solves a problem.
And it does, y'all. I've used it.
It solves a problem.
And I heard you earlier say that you are not an artist. Child, please. You are. Yes, you are.
You're a creator. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've shared with both of these wonderful ladies that when my spirit isn't right, you know, I could have X amount of orders lined up. If my spirit isn't right, I'm not going to the lab.
Yeah,
I'm not
she
going to the
lying because I've
laboratory.
gotten that message.
Yeah. I've said, give me a couple of days. Let me sort out what's happening.
Yeah.
And then I will let you know that, you know, we're back on board. And it's so important because I think we don't understand spirits are real and spirits are transferable. And we have to understand that. And there have been people that I have met along the way who went out of country and brought something back or had something shipped over and all kind of situations and stuff was popping off in the crib, you know what I mean? And so, and unbeknownst to them, you know, those spirits were entering in and whatever. So whatever. But it is very important that yes, you do your research. We do our research on the restaurant that we finna get ready and go have drinks at on Friday. We have, you know, we researching the next you know, cruise ship we about to get on for 23 to celebrate whatever birthday or whatever. You know, if we can put that energy into things that we want like that, if we really want art, if we really are lovers of the art world, we have to do our research. And to your point, nevertheless, you know, go all up on people's websites. You guys are seeing their social handles at the bottom that's scrolling below. Please go and follow them and see what they're about. I admonish you to do that. Go to their website, see what they're about. Because you know, I'm a believer of the art, and I'm a believer of their work. So I really just want to encourage each and every one of the listeners on tonight to absolutely go and go to the website, look at the additional pieces. Also, you know, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and see what they're about. Shoot them a message, you know, have a quick conversation with them. They're very transparent. They're real women. I'm telling you, they are real. They are not going
might be a little real. Maybe a little too real for some people, but you know.
They're not going to beat around the bush. So any questions that you have, you know, they will be real with you. So let me go back to, you know, this. I said this right before the commercial break, and I love this. And I have the mask to match, guys. But this is called Dope Soul. Help me understand, or help. Well, I know what it is. Help the audience understand what is Dope Soul. Who are they? Why do they exist? Yo, what's Dope Soul?
Sontonya?
I was gonna say, JJ, you want to take it? Okay, cool. So we are in the process of creating a digital, probably also a printable magazine. And the idea behind it is to create a platform that allows exposure for artists like us. You know, the visual art world is not very different than our world in general because we are still a minority. We don't get a lot of support a lot of times. There's not a lot of platforms or enough platforms for us to have exposure and education on collecting and being an artist and support in that manner as well. So we wanted to create a platform to be able to offer that to up and coming artists as well.
Yeah, and that's any type of artist, because I think the misconception when we first started the Facebook page was it was only for visual artists, but an artist can be an author, an artist can be a cook, an artist can be a designer or a poet or She Smith, you know, just someone who's creating. Now, we don't want you coming on our page and posting any and everything, because all things are not art.
Yeah.
We only want all things art on the page, but don't discount yourself just because you're not painting a piece on a canvas. My oldest daughter, her biggest complaint for years was she was the only one out of the family who was not an artist, because my husband does art, all the kids do art except my oldest daughter. And she was a personal trainer for years. And I told her, you're an artist. You're sculpting other people's body. Everybody can't do that. But it's funny because as of late, she's figured out, or she's found her talent is photography, and she is an amazing photographer. So it's also just a matter of tapping in and trying things versus seeing someone else do something and thinking, well, I can't do that, so I'm not an artist. So we definitely encourage people to visit our Dope Soul art page on Facebook and Instagram. Join us. We have a lot of things in the works in our personal businesses, but Dope Soul is still in the works, and we will be bringing the podcast back soon. We're adding a little oomph to it. We're gonna go. We'll be video soon, so just stay tuned for that. But there's a lot that we want to offer to artists in general, but definitely minority artists. And my biggest focus has always been the kids. So we definitely want to give the platform to younger artists who definitely wouldn't be seen. No disrespect to the artists of yesterday, the artists from the 20s and the 40s but I'm tired of hearing about them. I want to hear about artists now. I want to hear about the artists now, and the ones who don't get the platform for people to actually be able to see them and give them the respect that they deserve. So that's what Dope Soul is here for.
Wow. Okay. So I love that. Wow. So thank you guys for creating that platform, because you're right. There are a lot of individuals that are prolific, ... and you don't see about them. You don't hear about them. Now, let me ask you, you guys are in the DFW Metroplex, but is Dope Soul only for DFW, or is it nationwide? Is it international? You know,
we actually came international, a year ago when we were, we have followers that we had somebody from Indonesia. We have a couple of African followers, a couple of people, I think, from Mexico. Well, but but we can say international now.
Wow. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. And to the point again, you guys are bringing awareness. You've created this platform to bring awareness to other artists. And to your point, and I'm glad that you guys shared and illustrated that it's not just about what you draw. Like, art is a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
What is the misconception about art, if you will? Sontonya, what would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions about when people say the word artist? They automatically think this, but it's a myth or it's a misconception.
There's so many. I have a saying that being a starving artist is just a mentality. So that's one, because that's not an accurate statement at all.
Because we ain't hungry. We ain't starving.
Right. And another one is that being told that you shouldn't create. And nope, I rephrase. Being unapproachable. Because a lot of artists, or a lot of people, when you think about artists, sometimes you think that they're quirky or weird and they're standoffish and, odd. You know what? I'm probably all those things, but guess what? I like to have fun. I'm pretty outspoken, or as my friends say, you got a little swag to you, So, we're not these uptight, weird people. Everybody is not like that,
Yeah, most artists are not. I mean, I've come across some, and I don't deal Yeah, I don't deal well. Sontonya is the one who plays the game much better than I. If I'm not feeling you, you're gonna know it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely a misconception that all artists are cold-hearted and unapproachable. And I think that we offer, again, with Dope Soul, we offer a welcome seat, and to be 100% you. You don't have to sugarcoat shit. You don't have to watch your mouth with us or anything like that. It's not about professionalism with us. It's about your profession and respecting your profession as far as an artist in whatever seat that you hold in the art world.
Wow. Now, let me ask you, a lot of people also think that a lot of artists are introverts. Is that true?
No, no, no. But I'm an introvert. No.
Look at Sontonya. Look at that.
I'm a what is it called? I'm a functioning introvert.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it. I love
Don't
it.
listen to her. Don't even fall
I
for it.
love I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, okay, so let me kind of, ask this. Still focusing on art therapy. What would you guys say to anyone that's looking to get into the industry? Would you tell them, hey, you need to have a portfolio already readily and available? Would you direct them to a school already? What would you say to someone who has an interest, but maybe they haven't found the right person to kind of either groom them or provide them with the right information or even knew enough about it? Because sometimes it's like they run up against people and they just don't have enough information to help guide them.
It's funny you asked that, because at Sontonya's last showing at the Meet the Artist, Sontonya had a teenager approach her with that very question, basically. And so I love Sontonya's response, basically saying, just do it. Just go for it. Just do it. I think, what was the question she asked you? How did you develop your style?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, we just kind of, told her as far as what you said, as far as the having the portfolio and everything, because that's what I've been discussing with my daughter, who is an art student. It is important, but in this day and age, it's most important to have that digital portfolio, have something that you can refer people back to. The young lady was very shy. So I told her, right now, in this moment, you don't have to deal with people, but eventually you're going to have to deal with people in this industry. But it is important to have something that you can send people to see your work. And I actually did not have a physical, or not even a physical portfolio, but more of a professional portfolio until I met Sontonya, because, that's definitely her area of expertise as far as the way she's been handling her art. So I have found that it makes life easier when you have that, because if you want to enter your work into shows, or you want to be considered for grants, whatever, that's one of the first things that they're going to ask for. So having that is important.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Sontonya, you have anything else to add to that?
I will kind of reiterate and just say, be who you are as an artist, and don't compromise that, but just to also learn to understand your value, which is one of my biggest challenges sometimes, in knowing the value of my own work, to be honest with you. And kind of sticking with that value too, and not letting people haggle you, because you might have a $10,000 piece and somebody's still off you $100. I don't care what platform you're in or how much your work is. If it's $50, somebody probably gonna try to offer you 10. It's just sometimes what people do.
Okay. That is very important, and I'm glad you brought that up because it ties into what we were just discussing earlier in the show, supporting and investing in the art as a whole. Everything can't be a nickel and dime, and quite frankly, we shouldn't be doing that anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
because here's the thing, in 2, 3, or 5 or however many years, 10 or whatever, if you decide to resell that piece, are you gonna want somebody to haggle you?
Exactly.
Because you know what, it may be worth $25,000 then, and you're not gonna want them to give you
Yeah.
500 for.
now I know that I had this quick conversation with Sontonya, and I'm gonna mention it on the show now with JJ, and I'm doing a little bit more. Listen, as we know and as we've heard, these NFTs have gone bananas, berserk over artwork in particular. And again, it's just amazing that you're bringing up value because we will spend NFT money or crypto money to get these and get that, and come to find out how much it really costs in US dollars and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you don't even know.
Yeah, it's still, I'm trying to still wrap my head around it all. I go back and forth with it. My daughter, again, who's the art student, is really looking into it more so because she does digital art. I've toyed around with it, but I'm still hands-on. I have to freehand everything, and then I might add digital color. But I don't know. I just kind of go back and forth with it because it's like it's not personal to me. Something about it is not personal. But do I, as an artist, want to have the opportunity to make that money? Hell yeah. I mean, I'm just being honest. Hell yeah. So I think it's just I don't know. The whole digital currency in general is just, yes. I feel old. I feel real old when we deal with that.
But it really still stays with the theme of the show, right? Art therapy. It's personal. It's therapy. We talked about growth in today's show. We talked about, process, evolution, value. All of those things are a part of a therapeutic journey. And, to put your emotions and feelings and heart into something that's tangible and authentic. I know that it moves people differently, right? Than looking at there's nothing wrong with a tune, a cartoon image or whatever. Yeah. But it's something about pen to paper, paint to canvas, the sketch, the circles, the eights, whatever.
I still write people's numbers down. I still write notes because you never know. You never know.
We're gonna have to have a conversation offline.
I do. It's therapeutic for me.
Not therapeutic.
She said it's writing. It's writing.
It's writing. I cannot.
I love it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, listen, we can go all day. We can go all day. I really appreciate the audience for just tuning in to listen to you guys. We didn't even cover everything. We just scratched the surface, and I really think that I think that we should have another conversation because 60 minutes is never enough to cover. But what I do want to do is just take a few more minutes. I want to show. I'm going to do one piece. I'm going to choose one piece each. And then we're going to come back. And I want Sontonya, you talk about that piece. And then JJ, you talk about that piece. Will that be okay?
Yep.
Okay. Hang on. All right, Miss Sontonya. So it does this look the image does no justice from this perspective, but I wanted to at least show you guys can go on Sontonya's website, sontonyanecheal.com, and see the full-on image of this piece. This piece was a piece from last year, I believe.
That's correct. Yep.
And so please talk to the people as to what was going on. You know, this is art therapy. So share with the audience what this piece meant, what was happening, what was going on, what were your thoughts, emotions. Yeah.
Well, I'm smiling because this piece is so appropriate for right now because it's Black History Month. And this is one of the only political pieces that I've done, and I did it specifically for a show called Tears at the African American Museum of Arts here in Dallas. And it's a reflection of how I feel when white women in particular cry wolf and falsely accuse you a lot of times a black man of doing certain things to them, or just crying in general and wanting attention or people to feel sorry for them, things like that. And in addition to that, it's also a reflection of our tears as black women or minority women versus their tears, because when we cry, our children have died, they've been murdered, things like that are happening. And it's not us a lot accusing, falsely accusing someone of doing something to us because we maybe want to lay the blame on somebody else because of the color of their skin, for example. But this piece says a lot, a lot, a lot. You notice a word like freedom is crossed out because we're free, but there's so much bondage in a lot of things that we do in society. So we're technically not free. And a lot of us aren't even mentally free, which is pretty sad. But yeah, there's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of Adinkra symbols, like on her other eye. That's the African Adinkra symbol for warrior. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
And the name of this piece is Warrior, by the
Yes.
way. Yes.
Yes.
And you guys can check it out on sontonyanecheal.com. So please go to her website. Please follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Sontonya Necheal. My goodness, you will see her work. You will see abstract work. You will see so much. If you really have an eye for art, I'm actually excited for you,
Okay.
Sontonya, for the new collectors that are coming your way. It's my job to again bring awareness to what's happening in the community, what's happening nationwide, and also what's happening internationally. And so I really, really appreciate you. We, you know, I Your work speaks for itself. It's dynamic. It's heartfelt. Your pieces speak to people, and I can only believe that the audience will grow. It will enlarge, and 22 has so much more to come for you. Let me also share that. Share with the people where your art can be seen today in different museums.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Where should I start? Uh,
Y'all heard that right.
website, my Instagram. You can see usually a lot of work, things in process I'm working on there. The Aloft Hotel that's in Richardson here in Richardson, Texas. There is a store called Oasis Accents, which is a store/gallery in Frisco, Texas. This particular piece is a part of a show that was at the African American Museum of Art, but it is now at Oasis Accents right now, unless that show moves, which it may do. Um, and then I have a couple of exhibitions coming up, and I also have a show up at Irving Arts Center right now through the end of March.
Awesome, awesome. Are you in you in a hospital or something like that? Maybe.
I did have some work at Baylor Hospital.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, if you would stay with us, we're going to bring back up Miss JJ. So just hang tight, would you?
Yes.
Okay. All right now, Miss JJ, J9 style. Listen, who are these beautiful women and what in the world are they wearing? Because it is gorgeous.
So those are 4 models that I picked. I hand selected. I was very particular in who would style the pieces that you see here. My slogan, my saying, my whatever is style your story. Some people might like your story, some people may not, or some people might like your style, some people may not, but it's your story, so style it. So I knew exactly who would be able to give each piece life. So like I said, I was very particular in who wore what. And as you guys see, she has on the vest and she was killing it. Killing it. I wish it was open a little bit so you guys could see even more, but she let us see on the site that she was like, I just want you guys to see that this is a mother. But yeah, she was killing it. But I want people to wear my pieces and feel almost empowered. And again, just being able to style a piece that nobody else is going to see. I think that's the worst feeling for a woman, is to walk into a room and somebody got the same damn outfit on you have. And with my pieces, that's never going to happen. Even if I might make some pieces that are similar, the art will never be the same. So with the vest that you're wearing, I've made 3 so far. And the funny thing about this, this particular setting, the 2 on the left, the black dress and the black sweater dress, those artists, I mean, those models bought it right off. They bought it that day.
They did.
And then the
They
vest
went home with it. Yes, they did.
yeah, they went home with it. But again, like I said, I want to be able to offer something to women to make them feel like they, are the center of attention in the room or even in their mirror, just really feel good about being different, and being okay to be different. I think it's amazing to be different.
I love it. I love it. And you styled it. You created it all. I mean, again, we have a dress, a sweater dress. We've got a vest. We've got the elongated sweater in the beanie.
And all ages. I want people to understand that anybody can wear my pieces. My daughter in the back was just 18 in this. And she loves my pieces. So it's not a matter of I'm only marketing to a certain age group. I have women, young women from 15 to like 60 years old, 70 rocking my pieces. And nobody looks too old or too young.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And you too, JJ, are in a boutique in Texarkana.
Yeah,
Texas,
I'm in
Texarkana, Arkansas.
Texarkana, Arkansas, downtown Texarkana, at Chiquita's Boutique. And I will be at the Mosaic Boutique in Galleria Mall by this summer. So that's what I've been working on for that, updating the website. You can find more summer pieces on my website, but I am working to update that because, like I said before, I got to be in the mood to create so it'll look right, because you could tell when I'm not in the mood. So I want to make sure that it's pieces that, is definitely going to stand out. But you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I have a group page on Facebook as well. And I have some plans for that to offer, more things. Also, if you follow me on my social media, I do giveaways every quarter. So you have opportunities to win pieces. I also do raffles during the holidays. So you can get a box of my items where the value might be $250, $300 and get your ticket for $10, $20. So if you're following me, you do have to be a customer. You have to have at least purchased one item, and your name goes in a box that I keep everybody's names in. And then, you can purchase a ticket as long as you've been a past customer. But I am working on a few other things, and I'm really trying to get back into more canvas art. Something else people don't know about me is I do furniture. I do art on furniture as well. So I'm hoping to kind of pull that back out this year between 2022 and 23. So a lot that I have planned, for the next few months.
I love it. And guys, please, please, please follow JJ, please, at J9 Style and Co. It is very important. Why? Because, again, not just because I'm a collector, but let me tell you, when I tell you that she is absolutely gifted, let me say this. I'm going to show you guys the hat, the very first piece I got from JJ. And I was like, now listen, you can't, all that hair in the back on the pieces behind her today, you can't do that for Chi Smith, okay? You can't. You got to do something else. And she delivered. And let me tell you, JJ, I went to a conference last fall. I went to a conference and I wore that hat for the first time out because it was just so gorgeous. I was like, it just looks good sitting on something. It's just fire. Like, let it just sit somewhere and be cute. I took it and propped it up on my clothes rack for my shirts. I didn't even get a chance to set up my table good as a vendor at this conference. One of the speakers came to my table and took her hat off and said, I will buy that. Of you. Of me. And she got locks all the way down her back. But she wearing this bald hat that you made for me. And then I was at a store. So basically I'm gonna have to get a new hat because ain't no hat. Okay. The hat is gone. Secondly, guys, JJ made for me. First of all, I saw we still in this pandemic. She made some masks. She designed the mask. Let me use my words correctly. She designed the doggone mask. Yo, who designing N95 masks around this piece?
You got to be different everywhere you go.
So I immediately hit her up and was like, I'm gonna need that. She like, but she did a sister a favor and she made me 3 of them, and I'm gonna show you guys. And when I tell you, if the woman in the store last week could snatch it off my face and put it on her face, she would have taken my mask too. So I would have been maskless and hatless and would have had to get both of them back. Yep. I'm telling you guys. And now to know that she does furniture and so does Sontonya. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to show y'all. I'm going to show you guys. I'm sorry, JJ. I got the brain. Sontonya designed my doggone lampshades.
Mm-hmm.
People, please follow these beautiful queens. Listen, we started Black History Month off right. This was intentional. I intentionally asked these two queens to come and grace us at the InEarthgie show for the first show in February, because we don't see this. We see a lot of us, but we're not seeing us doing this type of work. And there are a lot more queens out here that are artists and creatives, and it is a gift. It is a God-given gift, and they are sharing it with the world. And we just need more of the audience, more of you guys, to know that you can, if you want to design your house, you need to be checking in with these two ladies.
Yeah. And can I add something to what you just said too? Because you were talking about like specifically what we do, but I think it's important to understand that all three of us collect and support each other's business. And so when you have people that you network with and that you truly support, that also makes a huge difference, because again, we support each other.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes. It ain't no fake supporting around it. Not in this squad right here. It's not. It's not.
No.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's, and I know I shared this even at the beginning. People that I even bring on, I have patronized their business. I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see me with that person, partner up. We're gonna do business together. Every guest that has been on the InEarthgie show, we have done business together, or we've partnered, or we are affiliated. We're in some shape, form, or fashion.
That's amazing.
I want us to really live this thing. And I told someone one time, I said, you know what, you got to be so intentional about how you shop. Because again, stop saying I shop. Don't shop black just in February. And don't just shop black on Black Friday after Thanksgiving. And don't just do it because you're kind of trying to get a tax write-off and I patronize this business for the year. Because I've had people who did me like that. I ain't gonna lie. In the 4 years.
And don't shop black thinking that it's black owned and you haven't done your research.
That too.
It's a whole bunch of hair products out there that y'all think are black owned and they're not.
They are not.
You're gonna go make me go get my products and hold them up right here. I'm telling you, I just made some stuff last night. It looked like whole smoothies and granola bars.
What you made?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes.
I done missed it. Hold on. I need to
check social. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting too comfortable here, but it looks like smoothies and it's body wash.
Yeah.
And the soap bars look like granola bars. But to your point, JJ, you're right. And a lot of us have been hurt that way, which is why I think it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't patronize, because they've been burned thinking that they were supporting a black-owned business and found out that it was not.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of people that would rather spend, $500 or $1,000 to get a pair of red bottom shoes from Louis. But they won't invest in art.
And I promise they would not talk to you if they met you.
Okay? Because they wouldn't even think that you were supposed to wear their shoes. I'm just saying.
I love y'all for real.
And they ain't giving out nothing free every quarter.
Nope. Nope.
Listen. Well, look, at the end of the day, I really want the audience, because y'all crazy. I really want the audience to know that if you're moving into a new home, if you just got a new home, if you got Airbnbs, if you got multifamily buildings, if you got apartment complexes, listen, because people is coming up and people are doing some fantabulous things. I said the word fantabulous. And so, and then in this real estate game, and even those of you real estate investors, come on now, you need a showroom, a few showrooms, or staging it. You need that. And so these are your women. If you are looking for black owned or just even artists in general, here are two fabulous ladies. And we're gonna have the team go through the images again of some of your pieces. But even my images here on the show tonight does no justice. You guys got to go to their website and check their social handle so you can really see it for yourself. And please, by all means, patronize them. Purchase what I'm gonna say this and we'll end the show. The things that are being passed down and have been passed down, because I've seen it in my own family from the 1800s or even early 1900s. And if they got passed down, they're worth something today, a pretty penny today. And people will pay you for it because it is a collective. Yeah. It is vintage. Mm-hmm. It is not like anything you can go and duplicate anywhere else. Mm-hmm. You want to do business with an artist because you never know what it's going to be later on down the road. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you what I know, even down to sculptures. Yeah. I've seen it. Oh my word. Let it be 50 years old, 100 years old, and can't go into, these other department stores and find it. Can't even Google it. Can't eBay it. Can't Amazon it. Yep. So you want to do business with real artists who create these collectible items that will be life-changing, that will be memorable, that will change the energy and shift of your home, your family, your outlook on life. As you're growing, purchase pieces as you grow. If it speaks to you in this season, maybe another piece will speak to you in another season. It's so many ways to think about doing business with an artist. And so tonight, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the InEarthgie Show. I know we went a little bit over tonight than usual, but it was very imperative that we share with you some key things as it relates to art therapy. It was important for me to share with you guys these fabulous ladies, J.J. Phillips and Sontonya Necheal. I really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. This will not be the last time you see them because there's more things that are coming down the pike. You mentioned that you heard them first say they've got some things happening in 22 and 23. And that's just 22 and 23. We got more years and more years and more. These ladies ain't old. They young. Okay. Yes. And so it's more. And so look for them. Be intentional about looking for something to furnish your office space, furnish your bedroom, furnish your desk. You're going back to work, if you're going back into the building, you need something to be pretty, hey, they've got some collectibles, some collectives for you. So thank you guys again so much. Thank you, Sontonya. Thank you, JJ. I love you guys so much. Blessings to you. And yes. Go follow Dope Soul. Please. And like and share, guys. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
She's sugary. She's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, G. Smith.